This is the 10 o'clock CBS News Report with Ryan Seacrest
and Robert Downey Jr., bringing you the greatest and latest current news. For our first news report, we have crucial information about the President's decision. Due to the gruesome war, President Roosevelt has introduced a new war production board, which has urged American factories to produce an unprecedented amount of weaponry, such as 60,000 planes, 45,000 tanks, and 20,000 anti-aircraft guns, and a stunning 8 million tons of merchant shipping. All those factories were once consumer-oriented are now converted to military factories or plants for necessary victory against Axis powers. We go live to Seth Rogen, who is downtown Detroit, outside of the Chrysler Automotive Plant.
Here we are outside of the Chrysler Automotive Plant where some unusual changes are happening. Yesterday around 5 p.m., the U.S. Army escorted several brig rigs to this plant to begin the process of converting this automotive plant to a military production plant. This plant is being converted from once making vehicles for Chrysler to now building tanks and other armored vehicles for the Army. Here we have an employee, Bruce Wang, who worked for the Chrysler Automotive Plant. How was your job affected by the conversion of the factory?
Well, fortunately, none of the employees lost their jobs, but all the employees have to undergo a 2-week training process so that they could learn how to assemble the new armor military products. What really irritates me is that we have to work longer hours, sometimes as long as 22 hours a day. I barely have any time to go home and take a rest before I go to work again.
Was your pay affected by this at all?
The darn National War Labor Board has restricted our wage increase, which we honestly deserve for all hard working we have been through. It doesn't take an idiot to figure out that it's way harder to build a tank than to build a car.
What are the workers' attitudes towards this decision?
Well, obviously they feel angry about it. Some of us even want to start a big strike until the government can raise our wages. But the Injustice Smith-Connolly War Labor Disputes Act had made it illegal for us to start a strike that deletes the productions. This act is a total abomination of the Bill of Rights of our citizens.
In general, do you support the conversion of the factory?
Well, overall I do. I am an American after all, and I will do everything to help my country to win.
Thank you, Bruce Wang. Now back to you, Robert.
In local news, tax prices have reached an all-time high in order to reduce money for war efforts. People throughout the United States have been rebelling against these raised tax prices. CBS has conducted their own poll, which says that 85% of Americans dislike these raised tax prices. Also, the government has been borrowing money from the public through war bonds and corporations. Recently, the government has mounted drives to sell these war bonds and to raise patriotic spirit. To help accomplish this goal, they turned to movie stars and comic book heroes such as Batman and Dick Tracy. The government determined if people loaned their money to the government for war bonds, they would have less to spend on goods and prices could be kept down.
Yeah, Ryan, it's not hard to see that there will be more questions in the future about this rising controversy topic.
I agree, Robert. I feel that this topic will rise a lot of controversy in the coming weeks.
In other news, due to the newly founded war, the government has been monitoring and censoring letters from soldiers to their families to be sure no military secrets are getting out. They want to make sure the secrets of the military are well protected. There have been recent talk about German spies in America. The families of soldiers feel their rights of freedom and privacy are being invaded by what the government has decided to do. They feel this is very unconstitutional. Also, the news media has agreed to a voluntary censorship, saying that they will not publish or broadcast information relating to the military security without first clearing it with the federal government. This has been your 10 o'clock news report with Robert Downey Jr.
and Ryan Seacrest, signing off for Bruce Wang and Seth the Man Rogen. Good night.
Bloopers.
This is your 10 o'clock CBS News Report with Ryan Seacrest
and Robert Downey Jr. bringing you...
No. This is the 10 o'clock CBS News Report with Ryan Seacrest
and Robert Downey Jr. bringing you the greatest and latest current news. This...
In local news, tax prices have reached an all-time high. In local news, tax prices have reached an all-time high in order to produce money for war efforts.
Yeah, Ryan, it's not hard to see. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. Oh my... Yeah, Ryan, it's not hard to see though, dude. See? Look, don't look at me like directly.
What are you doing?